Hello, happy Vlogmas day 14. I cannot believe it is already day 14 and Christmas is just over 10 days away. Oh my goodness. Yeah, today was not much getting done day. I have been working some long hours and it's just taking it right out of me. So today I really didn't do much at all. I got my Advents pulled. I did a little knitting on my lunch break. And that was about it. That was about all I got accomplished. So the video was not very exciting. I'm so sorry. But I will share with you all the things. My mug from the video this morning is a Washington, D.C. mug. When we took the girls to Florida, on the way back, we had had a mishap with our flight and had to lay over in Philadelphia. And then the next day on our return trip, we laid over in Washington, D.C. And we were so put out by the travel snafu that happened that caused us to be delayed a day, and just that we were overtired. And we didn't really appreciate that we were in the nation's capital and all the things that we could see until we were leaving on the flight and could see the Pentagon and the Washington Monument and all the things. So we decided we would go back. And so we did a few years later, or a year later, I think it was. And we had a lovely time. If you ever get the chance to go to Washington, D.C., I would highly recommend it. The only I'm a huge history buff too. Like I never was in high school. I really did not like history at all, but I have grown to appreciate it and to enjoy learning about it, and museums and things like that. So if you get a chance to go to DC, it is lovely, and it is a very affordable trip, if you can account for your accommodations, if you can stay fairly close to the city. Or we stayed just outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, and we were right next door to, or just around the corner from, one of the metro stations. So you get a metro card and you can go just about anywhere on the metro. There are also buses. Most everything is within a few blocks in DC. So yeah, it's just very easy to get around and very affordable. All of the national museums are, there's no entry fee. There's nothing, doesn't cost anything to get in to see them, or it wasn't at the time. I don't know if that's changed. I think the only thing that we paid to get into, or we paid to see, was the National Aquarium, which wasn't, I've seen bigger aquariums. It wasn't, I mean, it was all right. It just wasn't what we expected. And then we paid to get, I think we paid like $1.50 or $1.75 a piece to get a reserved spot to go up into the Washington Monument, because it is very hard to get a ticket to go there unless you reserve a spot. So yeah, Washington, D.C. was a very cool experience. At the time that we went, the Smithsonian had an Abraham Lincoln exhibit, and Abraham Lincoln is one of my husband's absolute favorite figures of history. So it was really neat to be able to see that exhibit. And they had like plaster casts of his hands, and to see your hands next to his hands was just, I mean, he was a big, big man, just, you know, crazy little things that you don't think about when you hear about all of the, you know, the marvelous deeds that people in history do. You don't think of the small human parts of them. And yeah, it was really cool. We got a book that was letters of Abraham Lincoln. It was basically letters that he wrote back and forth, different correspondence. I particularly liked the correspondence back and forth to his wife when they were courting, was really neat. So yeah, it was a really cool experience. So I would highly recommend Washington, D.C. as a vacation spot, especially if you have children who, you know, you want to instill that appreciation of history. It was really fun. The girls actually had a really good time as well. We got to see the Declaration of Independence. We did stop in Philadelphia on our way down. So we got to see the Declaration of Independence and Independence Hall. We got to see the original Star Spangled Banner. What else did we see? There was just so much. We got to see the puffy shirt from Seinfeld, the puffy shirt, and Archie Bunker's chair, and Dorothy's red shoes. So there's a lot of really cool stuff at our nation's capital. So, yeah. So that is the mug. All that was the mug. All right. Apologize for the lighting. I know I've got a little friend back here. Everyone has gone to bed, and I am sitting in my origami room. It is currently in its office/knitting posture. So I'm just enjoying the quiet and low lights, except for the hot light right now because I'm recording. But I will turn that down and just enjoy the movie for tonight. And I've also been enjoying a book series, Nancy Warren's Vampire Knitting Club series. I've been listening to that while I work. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So speaking of movies, the movie last night was Die Hard. And I did fall asleep during Die Hard. That's how tired I was last night. So I queued up the movie again this morning and finished watching the like 35 minutes that I missed of the end of the movie. Crazy, I know. And tonight's movie is, I'm trying to remember, I drew it this morning. I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm so excited to watch that. We just watched it not too long ago, but I'm very excited to watch it again. So that's the plans for movies and Advents. I'm going a wee out of order, aren't I? Advents. So I got a beautiful stitch marker. A couple of days ago, I drew the last item from the white box in Yarn to Die For Designs Advent Calendar, and it had a little tin in it with a cute little ornament on the top. And when I opened it, there were lots of small little things in it. So I decided to return the tin to the box, and I'm drawing one small item out of the tin each day until they're gone or until Christmas, whichever comes first. So today was this lovely little stitch marker, and it has a little yarn skein, and it says yarn on it. Some cute, I love these colors together. And it's got a large ring or closed ring there, and then it's got a light bulb on the other end, so you can use it as a progress keeper too. It's super cute, so I love it. Thank you, Robin. And her yarn was beautiful as well. It was arriving at the North Pole, and it's everything about the North Pole, Christmassy lights and blue and white snow. And then Julie's yarn, I don't have it with me. I left it in the Advent, which is in my bedroom where my husband's sleeping. So I'll put a little snippet from this morning's video in here. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I loved that yarn. I cannot wait to see what it knits up to look like, and I hope it's a yarn that I can get my hands on a larger skein in the future, because I loved every bit of that speckly beautifulness. Gorgeous. I think that's it. My Advent knitting. I am knitting The Quest. If you haven't watched before, I'm knitting The Quest by rhyFlower Knits. And this is the ribbing section, which is like they call the travel section, and this is the pattern section. And I think I have like 6 or 7 more rows of the pattern section. This is day 12. So I am now going to be 2 days behind, but it's okay because I have 10 days off coming up. I'll catch up. It'll be all right. But it is getting super, super big. And I love it. I am keeping all of the little labels from Robin's yarn, and I'm sticking them to a cardstock page. So I can kind of keep track of what the colors are. I have a printout of all the colors from her first Advent that I got from her, which was this, because I can't remember all the colors. So by having that printout, I can look at it, and I know I started on this end and then knit through. So by looking at each color, I can kind of tell which colors are which. Yeah. Someday I'd like to have it maybe printed very small on a little fabric label and put on it. I don't know. Who knows? My brain. So that's my Advent knit. Other knitting projects, they don't exist. I'm just not knitting anything else right now. I still have Dylan's cat to do. Her birthday is a week from Friday, so I do have to finish that cat, and I may have to put aside the Advent knitting for a little bit to just finish off that cat and get it done, because that is her birthday present and she has to have it, right? So I will now roll for my Advent for day 14. I have already pre-read the story part of it so that I wouldn't have to pause the video today. And So I can't say a whole lot about the pattern because it is a paid for pattern and I don't want to give anything away, but I'm a druid. I have to roll a 7 or higher. If I win, I go to a certain section of the pattern. If I lose, I go to a different section of the pattern. And so this one is, if I win, I get to clear up a mess, basically like a yarn vomit. I get to clear it up. And if I lose, then I can't clear it up and I have to cut the yarn to fix the knots. Ouch. I've had to do that before and it is not fun. It's not a good decision. So let's hope I win. 7 or better. Got my trusty 12-sided dice and here we go. Oh, it took a wonky wobble there, but I got an 11. Yay! No cutting yarn. So I'm going to mark that as a win so I don't forget. And yay! That is our Advent. I don't think there's anything left to talk about. Did I miss anything? Did I forget anything? I don't think so. It was really a low excitement day. So I hope you enjoyed your day as I did. I did enjoy like the nothingness of the day other than the wild ride from work or wild ride with work. So we will see you tomorrow. The plan tomorrow. What is the plan tomorrow? I don't have any plans tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Yeah, I don't have any plans. We'll see what we can get into. Hopefully I can find something exciting to do. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.